Hey there, it's Jeff Kirby from the rock band Scepter out of Frisco, Texas.
This is Joe from Scepter.
So we wanted to do a short video to help potential drummers decide if maybe they want to be a part of Scepter. So as you know, Scepter's been around since 1987. We're almost all original hard rock, and that's an important aspect for what we're looking for, don't you think, Joe?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So when we're looking for a drummer, there's some things that we have discovered as we've been auditioning that I think is very important to bring up. And number one is this isn't a hired gun kind of scenario. We're looking for someone who wants to be part of this Scepter family, that wants to carry on this legacy that we've built all these years and really wants to be a part of it. Not just someone who can play all of our original tunes for the last 30 years, but that also wants to be a real part of writing new material with us and spending real true quality time together as a band family. Joe, what do you have to say?
Yeah, so not just a drummer, but a lifelong friend too. Someone that just we could hang around with. There might be nights where we don't do anything. We just sit around and talk and solve the world's problems. But that's what we're looking for. Not, like you said, not just a studio drummer or someone that was just is there for the live shows, but just someone that would fit in and just really want to join in with the brotherhood.
And I think that's the important thing about that is because we found some really amazing drummers, really, really great talent that happen to live a ways away. So we're located in Frisco, Texas. And our previous drummer, Gio, who was with us for a few years before he moved to Miami, literally lived walking distance from where we rehearse. And I think that's important because to what Joe said, it's like we don't just get together to specifically run through a 2-hour show of Scepter material. We also, sometimes we get together and we just literally hang out. It might be movie night. It might be writing songs, but I think that the big part there is, you never know what we're gonna do. So if you live 2 hours away and it's a long commute to get here, maybe it's not the right thing for you. Because we do get together every Thursday night. We do some jam nights live virtual with our system that we have, and it's a lot of fun to do that. What else?
That's really it. I mean,
shows. We talk about shows.
Yeah.
So we're not a cover band. Now we might do a few Scepterized remakes. We sometimes like to butcher some cover tunes, but we don't go out there to play cover tunes. And that translates to we don't get the same amount of shows at all that a band like a tribute band would get, or even a bar cover band. We're not a bar band. We're not a tribute band. We're an original band, and we focus on that. And so if you're the kind of guy who just wants to play cover tunes or tribute kind of stuff, it's probably not a fit unless you're really flat out just want to be an artist and work to write stuff in our vein. Joe, why don't you talk about a little bit of what our vein is?
Well, I grew up, both of us loved Kiss, Van Halen, but we listened to newer stuff like Ghost, and we may listen to some country. There's a little bit of everything. But our sound is probably classic rock, metal, that type of thing, I would say. Metallica, that thing. If you're in the band, we also, when it comes down to writing, we give you the steering wheel to be the drummer. We want you to come up with the drum parts. We cover everything else, but it's important to be able to hit the ground running as far as that goes. We're not going to tell you what to do. Basically, we're going to have you come up with the creativity when it comes to that. So maybe if you've had some past recording or songwriting, that would be, I think, important as well.
I think that's a great point, big time. Being an artist. I mean, a great drummer is one thing, and that's important. It's critical, especially for Scepter. But also being an artist, being willing to realize that you're jumping into something that hasn't been done before. And I think that's a tricky thing. Being able to have those same kind of influences, the hair metal. Hey, you know what? I like the younger thing too. Also, I'm not We don't really care about your age. If you're a younger person, great. If you're our age, great. You know, we've been doing this since '87. It's all about, are you an artist and are you a musician? You want to help carry on this legacy that we have built since 1987. And by the way, I don't know if we mentioned, but Joe and I are biological brothers, and so we've been doing this since basically since we knew how to walk. And you know, we're looking for someone. So this isn't just a drummer fill. This is not a hired gun type of fill. This is someone who really wants to move this legacy forward. And you know, you could be a young musician who's really talented and wants to be a part of this. You could be, you know, our age, older guys, and want to be a part of it. To me, that's not really matter. You could be male, you could be female. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is that you really want to become a part of the true Scepter family and grow this thing. Future plans. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, because it'd be a long-term deal. We're not looking for someone for 6 months, you know, something like that. It's something, you know, that we want you to feel comfortable being around us comfortable being around you, and just grow this. So, yeah.
And we've got a whole bunch of new material. Joe, I've got one song I'm desperately. We started recording with a guy. He lived a little bit far away. Great guy, amazing drummer. But he's a little bit too far away for us. And I've got one song I want to get done. Joe's got just several really amazing songs, and they're in the idea form. So if you're an artist and if you're a musician, you get it. You know, they're on guitar, they're on iPhone, and we need someone to come in and say, hey, you know what? Yes, I can take this up a notch from a drummer's perspective. Drum-wise, that's something we should mention. So in our rehearsal studio, I have one of the newest, nicest Roland V-drum kits to keep the volume down. We go all direct nowadays, so we do inner ears. You don't have to have inner ears in the room because I have live monitors in our rehearsal room. But live, we typically do the inner ear things, floor monitors to assist us. Drums, when we play live, analog's probably the best. So I think it's important that you have a real good kit. Probably good to have a double bass, but I don't think it's required depending on your style. But here in the practice room, you got to be comfortable to be able to record and jam and everything on, you know, one of the newest Roland V-drum kits, because that's what we work with here.
I think we're a three-piece.
Oh yeah, we're a three-piece too. So. I'm Jeff again.
I'm 2/3 of the band, right?
I'm lead vocals and bass player, and Joe,
the guitar and background vocals.
Yeah, so we're looking for the drummer.
Yep, the drummer can sing too.
And I have a mic and the drums. Yeah, so yeah, you could if you happen to be a vocalist as a drummer, that's fine. Background vocals, cool. And then lastly but not least, I think shows. We don't get a lot of shows. Not gonna lie, a lot of our shows are virtual. We do it online. We've got a pretty good following in central states, especially Kansas. That's where we're originally from. And so a big part of our fan base is there, and we do virtual shows for audiences in the Midwest. And we take any show we get here in Dallas, but let's be real. A lot of these venues are booking cover bands and tribute bands, and they're not booking a lot of original bands. To us, it's not about the money. It's not even about how many live shows. It's about performing and sharing our music to the world. So, you know, recording and putting stuff out there is probably the most important thing. Hey, if we get booked every week to a live venue around Dallas-Fort Worth area, great, all for it. But it hasn't worked out that way yet, and I think it's just the nature of the game right now in the community with all this tribute and cover stuff. So, I think that's important to know. So if you're a guy who wants to come in and play a whole bunch of venues, basically play a gig every week and get paid, probably not us. Probably not for us. We work normal day jobs so we can do our craft and our hobby in the evenings and on the weekends. So
on the flip side of that, if you're in a band and you feel like you're just a human jukebox and you know, tired of that and you want to get into something where you're writing songs, recording songs, because we do. Something we didn't talk about is we have pretty much all the recording equipment we need here in-house as well. So, if we ever want to do things ourselves, video and audio. So,
Yeah.
so it's the creative side. We get a kick out of that because we've done the cover thing, we've done all that, but we're at the point where we just, we really enjoy writing, getting it out there, getting it on Spotify, you name it, and 3 or 4 people like it, great, but it's your songs, you wrote it. To me, that's where the satisfaction's at. So.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of our fans are going to see this, and for all the fans that watch this who are not drummers, we love you very much. Thank you for always being Scepter fans, and new Scepter fans, thank you for finding us and loving us on all the social medias and everything. And I think that's about it. Is there anything we're missing? I don't think so. So if I believe everywhere I'm going to post this, you will find our EPK, our press kit. So you can look at that.
So please do check our stuff out before you apply too, because you make sure it looks like something, that you'd be interested in. And I just say something, because we evolve. We don't sound exactly like we did back then, but it's in that same kind of vein. So if it's, you're going to get, that's us. I mean,
we're original.
For worse. Yeah.
I mean, we really are. We're a very original band. I mean, people just, I think the best description was House of Blues. The person there, we played that not terribly long ago, a couple of years ago. House of Blues said, they said we're alternative hard rock. I don't even know what that means. We're just Scepter, but we do our own thing. Some songs are really heavy. Some songs aren't. We're kind of all over the map, but when you hear my vocals and you hear Joe's guitar playing, it's Scepter. But we're not we're not a certain hair band type of style or anything. Some people told me that we're a little bit like Foo Fighters. I don't know that I agree with that. I've heard so many different bands. But anyway, we're our own style. So look at the EPK and watch some of our videos and see if we're a style that you gel with, because we're not for everybody. But we're not going anywhere either. So if you're a drummer and you're looking for a band and all this stuff checks the marks, then hey, reach out to us, send us an email. I'll put the email on the video once we get it done here later tonight. And I guess that's about it. Joe, any last words?
That's it. Hope to hear from you soon, whoever you are out there. So
Scepter from Frisco, Texas, signing out. If you're the drummer that we're looking for, ping us. We need you. Peace.